Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Um, Welcome to the Godcast. This episode is provided to you by Scott Vignair. If you're hurt, please give him a call, 504-285-7675. Before we get into the show, while we're here, I just want to just say a few things real fast.
Don't never forget about where you come from. Stay focused and look out for your people, man, because they got a lot of people that ain't got nothing. And I done seen a lot of cats separate from their people and don't do nothing for them when they get up there. Don't get that big head, because that big head will be stars, like my folks say. Stars this year won't be stars next year. It's about longevity.
Here today, gone tomorrow. This show is a therapy session. I am Dr. Lito. We're providing therapy to a young Pelican fan by the name of Christopher J. Connor. I am dressed like I am going to assume a therapist who talks to him would dress. This show is a Dyson Daniels therapy session with Chris J. Connor. We are live. Let us begin. Christopher, how's it going, pal?
As good as it can go.
So you sent me an email. You needed help. The email just said help. I got here as soon as I could. Hope you don't mind, I have brought some friends with me who will watch this video and it will potentially be on YouTube. What is it that you exactly need help with? What is the emergency, Christopher?
Well, there goes the client privilege rule. But
that is not in my contract.
Yeah, man. Dr. Lito.
You can
Doctor. Yep, go ahead.
You can read my name.
Dr. Lito. I have this problem, man, and I wanted to. Man, it's so hard to talk about. Dyson Daniels.
Take your time. Okay.
Young kid about to go into his third season. And I feel like I'm his last hope. I feel like I'm one of the last people that believe in what he can do. I see promise where others see failure. And I just want to keep going. But I wonder if I have an addiction to miss layups.
What is it? What is it about Dyson that gives you hope? Why do you feel like you have to hold on? And when you say keep going, what exactly do you mean? And did you mean to add a pause?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Take all the time you need. You're billing. I'm billing you hourly, so
give me 1 second.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo.
That's respectable.
Yeah. Look, I'm a fan of defense. I'm a fan of individual defense, and I try to project past what I'm currently seeing. I look for glimmers and flashes of what could be potential, and I try to project that into my current evaluation of something and someone. But more than anything, Doc, I and this is where it gets personal. And this is why I think I need your assistance the most. Because Dyson reminds me of a young employee, of mine, or two that I've experienced, that I've had, that I've worked with. He reminds me of people that I've mentored. he reminds me of someone that has the ability but lacks the confidence in the mentality. And I don't know, who knows when that kicks in for someone. Who knows? And I think that's what I'm struggling with. I see the I see the ability. I see even through flaws a good player today, but I see flaws that could keep him from being from reaching anywhere close to his potential. But I think more than anything, it goes back to the mental element. And if he can just break that element, it's nothing else. I think the ability is there. It's between ears. The mental element, the mentality. Doc, have you ever watched Najee Marshall play basketball?
I'm very familiar with the New Jersey Legend.
So would would you say, in your unbiased opinion, would you say that when it comes to God given abilities, would you say that Najee Marshall has more or less than Dyson Daniels?
He has less.
But so the difference is that Najee doesn't care. Najee attacked games the same way. Whether he just made a bad play or a good play, his motor, his confidence never wavered. Even when he struggled, even when he shot shots you didn't want him to shoot, he continued. And I just look at that and I say, Dyson, if you can gather and obtain half of that, you'll change your career. And I think he's close, but I can't be sure. I can't be certain. And that's what I wonder. Man, do I have an addiction? Am I the problem?
Chris, that was first of all, thank you for being open and honest with us in this facility.
Being what, doctor?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. One second.
Hey yo. Hey.
Thank you for being honest with us in this facility. I listened to everything you said, and Christopher, if I can be honest, I I have some thoughts, and listen, today I just want you to understand this is a consultation session, but I'm going to give you as much feedback as I can because I want to help you. You seem like a decent young man. I could be wrong. You could be a piece of shit, but I feel like I want to help you. We spoke about Najee Marshall. You brought up the New Jersey Devil himself, and you brought up the act of not caring. And Christopher, I gotta say, I'm wondering uh, about this subject matter at hand. I'm wondering if you care too much. Um, I, Chris, would you say you have a savior complex? Do you see things in people all the time that aren't visible to other people? Have you ever been called Captain Save a Basketball Player?
I've never been called any of those things. No.
Chris, I believe you want more for this brother than he may want for himself. What is it that why can you not leave this Dyson Daniels narcotic alone?
Because Dr. Lito,
Please.
I think part of it is ego. If I can be completely honest, I I don't want to admit that what my eyes are seeing is wrong.
Mm.
Maybe I don't want to admit that I was wrong from the beginning. And I see someone who can be um very helpful to other parts of this team. I see a low maintenance player that could assist the weaknesses of others. I've seen enough to where I look at a guy that just maybe the glasses that I wear aren't the glasses that everyone else wears. And I think I like the underdog. I like the situation that a person is giving up, or that the majority is giving up on. And I like to see that person prove them wrong. Even if I don't think that he's 100% an underdog and has to prove many people wrong when we look around the league. But I think I just really want to be right on this one, Doc. I really just want to be right. And it's there. It's there. If I could just speak with him, I feel like I might be what changes everything, Doc. Is that
Chris,
is that wrong of me? Does that make me a savior? Or does that make me a human being that wants better for somebody, that sees the brilliance even in the clutter?
Chris, as you speak
If I
more and
find
more,
a diamond, hold on, doctor. I'm
sure,
paying for this.
sure.
Okay. All right. I'm hurt. Like the number that's below. If you're hurt, be sure to call 504-284-7675. It's below. But if I'm in a dirty room and I find a diamond, if I can see the diamond and no one else can, who's wrong? Doesn't that say more about me? What about me? What about Raven? I'm can I get an answer?
What you interrupted me? You said you were paying for the session. I was trying to wait until you were done speaking.
I'm done speaking.
Thank you. I would like for you to keep your glasses on. I got a little scared. Uh, Chris, you said some things, and to be honest, I think your ego is at the front of this situation. You said a lot of things about helping this brother and being a human and I have a quote for you, and I just want you to tell me what you think this means in regards to your situation. Um, when any man is more stupidly vain and outrageously egotistic than his fellows, he would hide his hideousness in humanitarianism.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, you're talking about helping this brother, and you're making it seem like it's more about Dyson, but in all retrospect, it seems like it's actually more about you. You've put so much time and energy in this Dyson Daniels parade that now you've gone too far to turn back around is where I think you are in your journey. Um, do you do you go to backyard sales? Do you
I would like you to find a different way to ask me that question, doctor.
do you go to do you go to sales, garage sales? Do you find trash in do you find treasure in other people's trash?
I don't. No, I've never been to a garage backyard sale, but I'm assuming you've been to a couple.
Diamonds, Chris, come from the dirt, but it's only because they aren't polished. It doesn't mean that diamonds have an air of invisibility. Other people can see a diamond. It's hidden. It's not invisible. What I believe you're seeing may come with a hint of glaucoma, Chris. I think with the glasses on, I think your perspective on Dyson, I think you need to get your eyes checked. I believe, I'm not a big basketball guy, but I think there's a fellow on the same team as him called Herb Jones, and I think you wish for the same success for Dyson as the people call him Keyshawn and I could be wrong here, but
Because why can't he, Doc? Why can't he? If he figures out at this point, if he simply figures out the jump shot, it's right there and beyond. I just I feel like there's part of the fan base. It's just you got off to the wrong foot. It was a bad first impression, or maybe even a second impression, and people just can't let go. Even in his good, they can't let go what they saw early on. And I'm not that person. I'm not that person, and I still believe. I still believe. I still fucking believe.
Chris, here's the thing. Emotion is important. This is Men's Mental Health Month, and we need you to get your emotion off. We want you on this planet. Take care of your mentals. That's why you're talking to me. Focus on me. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Listen.
One more time.
Eyes on me. Listen. Check this out, Chris. If use the word if a lot in your rebuttals. When we're speaking about Dyson, it's almost as if you get defensive because he's prominent in defense, correct? And it's almost like when you're talking about him, you just get defensive instead of being on the offense, kind of like his weakness. Also, does that make sense, Chris? You use the word if a lot in the situation. If he could shoot, like if this was Chris, you almost sound like Pelican fans who talk about we shouldn't tweet or say bad things about the team because then they won't play well. Do you want that for yourself, Chris? If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't be poor. Chris,
if your aunt had a
exactly, I have an auntie team. Yeah, Chris. Maybe have you thought about this? Maybe it's due to where he was drafted. Maybe that has a lot to do with the visceral reaction that people has to this nice Australian man. Value to you, Chris, is not what's valuable to you is not valuable to everybody else. What you hold in high regard, maybe some people just don't feel that way. And that's okay.
But why
Nobody's
not?
saying you, Chris, nobody's saying that you can't love Dyson. You love him. Love him.
I don't like the way you said that. Can you
Chris, it's Men's Mental Health Month. We don't have time to whatever jargon you think you're going with. You listen. Just eyes on me. Stay on the train. Listen, eyes on me, Chris. Love him. That's fine. But what you got to understand is, if the jump shot does not come around, the business we're in is, what have you done for me lately? That's all I have to say about that. I mean, he sounds like a nice guy, man, and I wish him as a human being much success in life.
Can you tell me two things? Can you tell me when's it time to give up?
Well, that's a good question. Justin, you work with a guy named Justin Napoli. He still believes that T-Mac could play in the NBA. So it's a lot of delusion running around. Chris, I'll say this. He's going into year 3?
Yep.
He's going into year 3. Have you seen any incremental improvements in his game?
I have.
What? Listen, this is why we're talking. Can you describe them for me?
A go-to move.
What is it?
A spin move into a floater.
That's the go-to move.
That's his go-to move.
Is it effective?
Effective is subjective,
No, it's not. No, it's not,
but I
Chris.
think I think for
Chris.
him,
Chris.
I think
Chris.
yeah. I mean, it's effective enough.
Chris.
It's effective enough.
Chris.
It's not. I mean, it's not Kyrie Irving, but who is?
I brought up no other name. I just asked you one question. Is it effective?
I think it's effective.
Okay. And when you say effective, are you speaking percentages? Are you speaking on the amount of time the shots fall? Like how are you determining? I'm just trying to get a fact of how uh far we are into the delusion.
You're the doctor. You're supposed to know the math. I don't know. I don't know how effective it is, percentage wise. But I know he has a go-to move there. That's shown his brilliance, and it's also failed.
Chris, can I ask you a question? What is
I'm
it
just,
that you see in Dyson Daniels that when I say what is it that you see, what ceiling do you see for him? Can you give me maybe an NBA player from the past that you think that Dyson could plateau to?
uh, Derek White.
Holy shit. You see Derek White for Dyson Daniels.
Yep,
You do know Derek White can dribble.
barely.
Hmm. Okay. 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 Is Dyson a team away from becoming that person? Like how Derek got traded from San Antonio to.
If I had those answers, Dr. Lito, I wouldn't be here. This is why I'm paying all this money.
I'm giving you a discount, so it's really not like you. you. It's really
Can
not,
I can I can I can I can I ask you something?
sure.
Why are you dressed like that?
Well, when you needed counseling, I looked at some of your film work. I saw some of your podcasts. I listened to and I read tweets, and I just thought about what type of guy, a therapist you need maybe dress like. And here we go.
Why is that shirt in your closet, doctor?
What you mean? This a Garden Guard Trail special, sir. This is
Um, I think I think you're thinking of Gordon, but you're the doctor, not me. You've won.
I mean, I
Doc,
want some.
I appreciate your help. I hope you're wrong, and I hope I don't have to return.
Well, I'll just say this: 100% of the time, my patients return 100% of the time. Now we'll just stare. This has been our episode. Please pray for brother Chris in his time of need. If anybody else need any counseling, any mental health work, please come and see Dr. Lito. I will dress according to the situation. Don't insert any wild comments there, please. I'm a professional. I'm a medical doctor. I'm here for basketball reasoning only. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Have a blessed night.